What's going on, guys? Babs here. Going to do a quick video as I've seen some messages from time to time about people asking about punches from the fairway. So I had a couple of shots here that I recorded and just wanted to go through them with you just to kind of break down what I was doing, what I was looking at, all that good stuff. That way we can put out some decent information. So in this case right here, for my punch 3-wood, I have about 224 yards. That's what I charted. Kind of misting style, but that's what I tend to use is 224. So in calculating this shot right here, I'm looking at this as possibly 223 and a half yards, basically 224. Depending on how you want to look at it. Could be 225. So 223 to 225. That's the ballpark. And so I thought to myself, well, I could hit a off-spin 3-iron. But in this case, the wind is right to left. So the problem with an off-spin 3-iron in this situation is that we're losing apex, and I don't want to have to aim over here, and I'll take a screenshot real quick. I don't want to be aiming over here, have a relatively really bad misting on an off-spin 3-iron, and then next thing you know, have the ball sputter, lose yardage because it is a 29 mile per hour headwind, but also lose yardage, you lose angle of aim, and have a lower apex, and end up somewhere down here in the rough. That's with an off-spin 3-iron. So I chose to go with the 3-wood because that would get me closer to 100% power. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I want the most apex with the most power to accommodate for this green, which, this is high side and this slopes down this way. So a lot of the danger in this situation is this wind. So I'm looking to possibly under aim this because I'm gonna have a lower apex, and in which case that will give me a chance to hit the ball where I need to hit it. So that's the game plan. Hit a full shot, got the misting, and we came up 3 yards short. Would I have gone a little farther with 100%? Yeah, sure. But the idea is, in all of this, is that I got the ball where I needed it to be. It's below the hole, and I got a pretty good apex, which is 87, and I got a heartbeat. And that's with a 29 mile an hour wind off the fairway. So there are other shot options besides full spin, off spin iron shots. It's just a matter of how do you customize a shot like this to coincide with your misting strategy and also work with the aim that you select, taking your shot out of trouble, and that way you could keep yourself safe. So normally in this situation, and I'll just come back here real quick and kind of go through it with you. So my aim, as you can see, it's 4.5 grids. That's what I have charted for the punch. A normal shot would have been 5.5 grids with maybe the off-spin 3-iron, but I don't want to flirt with all this danger zone. So that's why I chose to punch, to use less aim to get myself in a position to hit this kind of shot. And that's ultimately what I went for. And it was a good shot. So we got a good line, we got a good look at the putt, not a whole lot happening. Counted some dots, didn't really account for the wind speed and the regular speed. Just got the misting, got it to drop. So that's how we handled this first punch shot. Next punch shot I have is right here. This is the very next hole. So you're looking at this shot right here, and we say, okay, this is 103, 16, 21. I'm looking at 45, 50 degree wind, something like that. And the trick here is that I don't want to hit a full backspin shot with an, one option would be the pitching wedge. Well, what gave me away from the pitching wedge is that I hate the pitching wedge. With all due respect, I hate the pitching wedge. It's one of the dumbest clubs in the bag. It's very inconsistent. You're not sure what you're going to get if it's the right yardage, and you're not sure how much wind effect it's going to have, because a lot of times it reacts like a regular wedge. So this is about 112 yards to the hole, which is pretty close to what my 9-iron punch is rated. So a normal aim would be 2.5 grids. My punch is rated at about 2 grids. So what do I choose to do? Punch shot, 9-iron, a little over 2 grids, and you ask yourself, okay, well, you said that your punch is aimed at 2 grids. So why would you move it right there, closer to 2.5 grids? And the reason being is how this green is sloped. Okay, obviously everybody knows that this is high side, but this green slopes kind of like a funnel, like this. It all feeds towards the flag in this manner. So given this wind right here, being right to left in this direction like that, that's how the ball is going to hit and spin. So in retrospect, the ball is going to hit somewhere over here and spin this direction. So if I were to only aim 2 grids and land too close to the flags, say in this ballpark, the ball would roll away from the hole. I don't want that to happen. I need to compensate for what's happening on the green with the shot that I'm creating. That's why I aimed an extra 1/2 grid of aim. And we'll see what happens. Full shot, little misting.
The battery is low.
It hits over here and rolls towards the hole, rather than hitting at the hole and rolling away from the hole. And that's on 12.7 greens. We only got 2 yards of release. That's another benefit of hitting a punch shot in a situation like this, is that you get the lower apex, but you also get a shot that sticks. When it does hit, as you can see right there, it hits and sticks. It doesn't come ripping all the way back down the green. And that's a lot of what you'll see, is if you hit full backspin shots, especially with that wind, your ball could very well hit over here. But next thing you know, it rolls this way and down this way. And then you could have a 10-foot putt back up because you hit a full backspin shot with a higher apex. And so that's why I chose to hit the punch shot in this situation. And we got a good shot. And again, we're back on pebble. And you can see this is a pretty gnarly headwind. It's definitely a better wind than having a left to right wind. So we look at this and I say, okay, this is about 229 and a half, 230, let's call it 230. Okay, so off the tee, my 3-wood for a punch shot is 230, basically dead on. So the only trick in this situation is making sure you aim properly. And in this case, my aim would be roughly 8 grids. So we'll go ahead and look at this. We've got a full spin. We want to make sure that it's an ocean course. We may need to take some spin off of this club. And right there, you see me pause. I thought about it. I'm like, I may need a little more spin because this is going to need a carry. So you'll see I did that real quick. I did it kind of too quick. So you'll see right there, I have it highlighted. This is roughly 8 grids over here, and you'll see me put the aimer right where my cursor is right now, and I double click. Got the misting. And so you see I took spin off because normally 230 in a normal wind, sure, I would have hit full backspin. But the fact that this is a 29 mile an hour wind on a par 3, you're going to need to take spin off to accommodate for the extra yardage. So I chose to take off that spin to make sure that I used it to my advantage. And got a good roll. And final hole, we have Olympic, number 1, everybody's favorite. So in looking at this shot right here, we're saying, okay, we got roughly 228 yards to the hole. And again, if you remember, I said that my 3-wood from the fairway was 224. So it's a downhill shot. We're looking at a lower flying cub. I could hit a choke down 3-wood at 92%, but again, that would give me a lot of apex. So I chose to hit the punch 3-wood. I don't want to play with the aim because I'm hoping my misting will do the job. Plus, I don't want to be to the left of the flag. So I got the misting, sloped on the green, and rolled this way. And you see how that kind of worked nicely, even with that misting. Allowing myself to land here with the misting, and then the ball calmly skirts this way. Now, if I would have aimed, because you see it's not really a dead straight wind, if I would have aimed, I could have very well ended up way over here and have this putt coming stupidly down here, 12, 13 foot putt. But by not aiming at all and just trusting that my misting will be good enough to get me in position, that's what I ended up doing. So, 4 different variations of a punch shot from the fairway. 3 of them with a 3-wood and 1 with a 9-iron. But again, all of these are very useful. So be sure to take a chance to maybe calculate your shots, get an idea of what it is that you need to do to formulate different shots. And that way you can give yourself more options when it comes to shot type, shot selection, given that the certain winds or the green speed or the slope of the green will put you in a position where you might need a punch shot. So definitely get out of your comfort zone. These shots are very useful. As you can see, 4 of them, 3 in heavy winds, got me in a good position to make birdies. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. See you soon.